Hello, my name is Amber, and this is my June and July haul. Now, I wasn't able to get a June haul up, so I decided to combine both June and July into one video. Since it was my birthday in June, I do have a few more books than I normally would have. I don't plan on talking too much about each individual book, but I will have them all linked down below so you can check them out for yourselves. The first book that I have to show you is The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I read this back in high school and absolutely loved it, so being able to have this anniversary annotated edition has been amazing. Moving on! The next book I have is Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. I've already talked about this series in previous videos, and I do plan on speaking more on this in my July wrap-up. Next I have Everland by Wendy Smanal. This is a Peter Pan retelling with some steampunk aspects to it, and I don't know much about it, and I want to keep it that way until I pick it up. Next is The Mark Girl by Lindsay Klingel. This is a story about a girl who is a filmmaker and one day sees a portal open up and 3 characters from a different world come over to her world. And she has to help them figure things out and try to survive in this chaotic present world. I have already read this and it will be in my July wrap-up if you want to know more. The next book is Girl Against the Universe by Paula Stokes, and she has spent her entire life thinking that she's bad luck. She's been in accidents where her family has died and she's lived, and she thinks that everybody that she comes in contact to will get her bad luck as well. One day while going to therapy, she actually runs into a boy named Jordy, and they start getting along and he tries to help her find her good luck. It's a really cute contemporary story and it's great for a summer read. Next is Summer Days and Summer Nights, edited by Stephanie Perkins. This is a sequel sort of companion to My True Love Gave to Me. This is 12 stories by 12 different authors and they are all summer love stories. This is another one that will be in my July wrap-up if you want to know more. The next book I have is Mind Games by Kirsten White. From what I know, this has some psychic elements to it, and I've heard great things about it, so it seems like a fun, quick read. The next book I have is Ruined by Amy Tintera. This is a story about a girl who decides to impersonate the prince's betrothed to get revenge on him in the kingdom. I've read Amy Tintera's duology reboot and absolutely loved it and the characters and the story, so I'm really interested to see what this story is going to be like as well. Next I have a bind-up of Strange Angels and Betrayals by Lily St. Croix. This is a story about a girl who hunts ghosts and vampires and wolves, and I've heard about it a long time ago, but the original covers just didn't have me reaching for it as fast, so when I found this beautiful bind-up I decided I had to get it. Next I have Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rhodes, which is the 3rd book in the Fallen Kingdom series. I have not read this series yet, I plan on picking it up soon, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to pick up the 3rd book. Next I have another book by Kirsten White, and it is And I Darken. This is her newest release, it was just released in July. It is a gender-swapped retelling of Vlad the Impaler. The next book I have is Yes Please by Amy Poehler. This was found at a thrift store for $1 by my husband, and it is basically in brand new condition, so I couldn't pass it up. The next book I have is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. This is a book about magic and romance, and it just seemed like such an intriguing read that I had to pick it up. Next I have Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. I did read this month and it will be in my July wrap-up, so look out for that and it will explain more and how I felt about the story. Next I picked up Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. This is a story about a girl named Harper who is just an average girl and ends up finding out that she's the guardian for a guy named David. I've heard amazing things about this story. I haven't heard great things about the sequel and the final book in the series, but I couldn't resist picking up this first book and seeing what it was all about. Next I have Stitching Snow by R.C. Lewis. This is a fairy tale retelling, and from what I can tell, it is very similar to Cinder by Marissa Meyer. So I couldn't resist picking it up because I have a problem when it comes to fairy tale retellings. Next I have Kiss of Deception, which is the first book in the Ribnick Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. This is a story about a princess who decides to flee her wedding day, and while trying to escape she runs into 2 guys, the prince and an assassin who was sent to kill her. The 3rd book was recently released, so I decided I needed to pick up the first one and see what the series is all about. If you follow me on any social media, you will probably know that I love a show called Rick and Morty, which is about a man and his grandson traveling space and time and having crazy, insane adventures. And since season 3 is taking forever to come out, I decided I had to pick up volume 2 of Rick and Morty. I did read this month and it will be in my wrap-up, so stay tuned for that. The next 2 books that I picked up were Unravel Me and Ignite Me, both by Tahira Mafi. This is the 2nd and the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series. I did pick up the 1st book last month, so if you want to know my thoughts on that, it will be in my last month wrap-up. And I read these 2 this month, so they will be in my July wrap-up. The next book I picked up was Frostfire by Amanda Hocking. This is a story about a girl who is half-blood, and she's trying to prove her loyalty as a protector of her kingdom and hopefully become part of the King's Elite Guard. It seems like a really interesting story and I can't wait to pick it up soon. And the last book that I picked up was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling. This is the book adaptation of the play that just came out, and it is a continuation of the 7th and final book in the series. I am extremely excited to pick this up soon, and it seems like it's going to be a really fast read because it is in script form, so I hope to get to it in the next couple of weeks. And that is all the books that I got in June and July. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Hi, my name is Amber, and this is my June and July not wrap up haul.
Got books all over the place. I don't know what to do with them on my face.
That was really good. You actually rhymed. I'm pretty dang proud of you. Okay, this is 12. The end. Bye. Done.
That's how you do it.